to operate the Linux operating system and everything, right? So now today we are going to start the HANA database installation. And also yesterday we discussed about the difference between the HANA 1.0 as well as the 2.0 differences. So HANA 2.0 is a multi-container. By default, you will get the one system DB and one tenant database. You will get it out by default. After that, on top of, if you want to install the multiple tenants, you can install it here. You can install the multiple tenant databases. You can install it here. But by default, in the time of installation, you will get the one system DB as well as the one tenant database you will get from SAP. That is the main thing here. Okay. So now today we'll discuss about the HANA installation. So what are the file systems we require? Just to recap to the last we discussed about the, for HANA, we require the list of file systems. What are those file systems? Anyone? What are the file systems? Especially it's required for the HANA database. When you are doing the installation prerequisites like hardware requirement and software requirement. Software requirement means what are the softwares we require to download it, that we discussed. Then coming to the HANA hardware requirement, we discussed about the operating system, what hardware, certified hardware vendors, what hardware, what are the file systems we required. So these things we discussed, right? So these things we discussed here. So now, what are the file systems, mandatory file systems for HANA database? Anybody?
HANA data, HANA create, HANA log.
Okay, /HANA, first of all, root, that is the common, and USR SAP, and /HANA data, and /HANA log folder. The next one is the important folder is called the /HANA shared file systems. These are the very 5 types of file systems are very important for the HANA database, along with the OS level file systems, home, where, temp, so root. So these are the normal file systems, swap and everything. But this is the one. So HANA, the latest version of the HANA database is HANA 2.0. SPS 08 is the latest version here. So they have introduced the LSH concept, local secure storage concept. They have introduced it here, right? So now we can do the HANA, any HANA installation. It's a very, very simple procedure. HANA installation, very simple procedure here. HANA installation, very simple procedure here. Simple procedure means, so with OS level, we can, with the simple steps, we can do the HANA installation here. To perform the HANA installation, so we need to use the HDB LCM tools, HANA database lifecycle management tools. We have to use it here. These tools will come as part of the installation toolkit. These tools will come as part of the installation here, HANA installation toolkit here, right? So we need to log into the operating system level, and so we need to see the how the, like we need to check the folders, file system, space, memory, everything is ready. We can start the HANA installation. So we can connect to the our system like KPS4 HANA with root user. Then we can connect to the here. So then what we can do, we can log in with the root user only. We need to start the HANA installation. With root user, we need to start the HANA installation here, right? So with root user, we can start the HANA installation. So this is the HANA Linux systems. So df-h, right? Display the file systems here. So now let's start. So I think it's 91%. So let's go to /media. /media, we have the softwares are available here. /media, we have the HANA softwares are available here. So here you can see the HANA DB 79, SPS 079 here, and also 80, 80, 84. So means we have the versions are there. Let's go with the installation of the 74 here, right? 79 means SPS 07, the patch level 9, which means revision is the 79 here. So then we can go to here. Then we can go to the database folder. You need to extract the SAR file here. that everybody knows, right? How to extract the SAR file here. When you extract the SAR file here, HANA database SAR file here, which you download from the service marketplace, you will get the HANA database. You will get the HANA database software file. You will get it out here. So the folder you will get like /SAP HANA database. Inside you have the files are there here. Inside of the files you have the HDB LCM, HDB LCM GUI, HDB LCM web. Right? So these ways we can do the installation. Right? If you want to do the uninstallation, you can use the HDB uninst. If you want to do the update, you can do the this one here. Suppose like, let me see, are there any, just you need to execute the /SAP ins /. So normally we want to execute it / the binary file, you have to execute it. So then that will be uninstalled here. Now what we are going to do, now I'm going to uninstall the some existing one. I'm doing the some cleanup one here, right? So /HDB uninst, which means uninstallation. So there are a lot of databases are installed by our guys. Many people, if I give chance to work on the HANA installation, they will keep on working on the HANA installation only. They won't work on the other databases like other administration tasks and everything. They will just do the installation. But this installation, no one asks these questions. Why? Because only rare cases. So we should be required to the installation of the HANA database and everything. So people keep on doing the installation. Installation is just only one small part only. After that, there are the many administration tasks, many logs, many errors we have to refer it. In the real time, if you go, you will not get chance to work on the HANA installations and HANA upgrades. HANA upgrades, you may work it out, but HANA installation, it's not, you will not get anything HANA installation. They are the Windows updates. Okay, so this is done. Cleanup is done. So now, once you extract the SAR files here, on our database SAR file here, the database file will be there here. So if you see the df-h, you see here, all the file system is back to the normal status here, right? So which means unnecessary databases we have uninstalled. So everything is green now. So now I am going to install the HANA database using the HDB LCM tools here. HANA installation always depend upon your operating systems. Here, right? Operating system should be the latest version. How to check the operating system version? Anyone? How to check the operating system version? So cat space -etc-os-release. Not sure what you have done yesterday. I asked you to practice the HANA installation and just check some basic commands, right? This way we can check what is your Linux Enterprise Server Edition and everything. You got it, right? That is the one. So now, so this DB software file you downloaded, then we need to move to the HANA Linux level using the WinSAP. WinSAP is the tool. Using the WinSAP, we can move the softwares to in this location, we can move it out. So we got it, we moved to in this location, right? We have extracted in the extraction file. So in the extraction toolkit, you will get all the files and everything. Here you have the HDB LCM tools. Now we are going to use the /HDB LCM command prompt level. So then you are going to install it here, right? So you are going to install the HANA database, HANA 2.0 SPS 07, right? So then click on the OK button, enter button. Now you are going to do the installation, right? Installation index number 1, right? So then HANA installation, but there is a signature file got missed here. When you are extracting the file, there is a signature file got missed in the installation file, but this is the optional. There is signature.smi file got missed it out. So we can ignore it by passing the argument like -ignore. then check underscore signature underscore file. Using this one, so you can just bypass the argument here, using bypass the that step signature file here. So you are going to install the new HANA database system here. Then you selected the one. That is the installation path. Whatever the file systems we have discussed, all the file systems will come. So you have to do the installation with the root user only. During the installation, SID ADM will be created, then system user will be created. SID ADM for OS level admin activities. So this system user is for the DB level admin activities we want to perform. The DB admin activities we can perform using the system user. System user we can perform it here, right? That is what it will happen, right? So now you can see here DB admin level activities here. So let me start this one. So now, so the system user, system admin user, and so DBOS level admin user both will be created here. So now the file systems, now whole installation, why I mentioned it's very simple, means HANA installation. So it will ask the question, enter the installation path. The answer also will be in the bracket. So just it is the yes, click on the OK button. What is the local host name? KPS4 HANA. Do you want to add the host to the system? Yes or no? No. Then so what is the system SID? Which SID you want to install it? HDB. What is the instance number? So 00 means you can give the different SID. So I given like a HANA database. You given me like HD1, HD2, HD3, any SID you can give it. So SID means system identification number. That's a identification. So which means so you can give any name. It should be 3 alpha numeric characters. So it should not be first letter, should not be a letter. Sorry, number, right? So it should be alpha numeric characters here. Okay. So instance number 00 to 99, any number you can choose it here, right? So enter the default host, that is fine. And what type of system usage you are going to install it here? Production, test, development, and custom. So suppose like you are going to install the development system, then option number 3, index number 3, you can need to choose it. Encryption, yes, yes, and enter. So data volume location, log volume location, memory allocation. Next, enter. What is the password? So SID ADM password. Then so HANA SID ADM. Then so USR SAP file system also in the case. That's why whatever the file systems we discussed, we got all the file systems. USR SAP / HANA log / HANA data and / HANA shared, all the file systems we got it here. User ID, system password. We need to choose the system password. System password. Then do you want to reboot the machine? By choose no or yes, whatever it may be. So then why it's a choosing the no or yes means if you choose the yes, whenever the host reboot happens, automatically HANA system will be restarted. Automatically it will be up. If you choose the no, it will not restart it. You need to manually click on the yes button. Just click on the enter. Now HANA database is getting installed. It's not like that SAP we have to give the so multiple inputs and everything. It's very simple. With the operating system level, using the commands, HDB, LCM commands, we have to do the installation of this system. Using the commands, we have to do the installation of the HANA database here. See, HANA database is getting extracted. So now file system, in case of file system does not exist, it will create their own file systems also. It will create the file systems also will be created by the system, right? It is doing now. So this way we can do the HANA installation. HANA installation is running now here. That is the main thing here. It's very simple and very quick also. Why? Because so it's required the more memory. So then it will be very fastly. It will do the all the installation file systems and HANA process will be created here. So whenever the HANA installation is done, HANA installation means one brand new house we are installing here, right? Then once the house installation done, then one family will stay. right? Same as like we means father, mother, child. So like that one family we will stay. Same as like SAP HANA also, whenever the HANA installation is done, one family will stay. That family is called the so index server, HDB index server, right? So index server. So HDB name server, HDB index server, HDB name server. HDB is common. HDB index server, name server, then preprocessor, 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 and compile server, web dispatcher, access engine, daemon. So these are the 7 core process will be created in HANA database level. How like we are the father, mother, child, sons, like that. Here HANA also there the some family members will be created when the time of the installation and the time of HANA installation here, right? So by default we have the English and German language will be available in the HANA database level. HANA database is written into the C++ language. That's what we discussed in the during the class, right? That is the main thing. So this and all the HANA log files that will be updated in the /var temp folder systems here. Log files, installation log files will be written into the /var temp file systems. The log files will be written here. So that will be updated, right? So that's what it is doing. So first what it will be preparing the packages. Then now it is extracted the software. Now it is doing the installation of the packages. Now doing the configuration and installing the HANA databases here. That's what it is happening in the systems. Right? See here, whatever the process we discussed, right? So daemon, compile server, name server, all the 7 process will be started status here. Once it is started, your database installation is completed. That is the main thing. Starting the 7 process. So this 7 process will be created as part of the HANA installation, HANA 2.0. So HANA 1.0, 2.0, this process will be created, but HANA 2.0 is the multi-container database, which means in the one operating system, if you install the HANA database, by default, you will get in the apartment ground floor, then first floor by default, we will create it, right? So same as like we got the one ground floor and first floor, one system DB, one tenant DB, we got it here. So then each tenant here, so what is the differences between the system DB, tenant DB means? So index server plus access engine will be in the each tenant database. Then remaining 5 process will be in the here. Like, so name server, preprocessor, compile server, and so web dispatchers, then daemon. So this 5 will be in the system DB. This 5 will be in the system DB, and this 2 will be in the tenant database here. System DB is only one, so tenant database here, tenant DB here. So then later, after the installation is completed, there is a requirement to install the one more tenant database. Then one more IX will come. One more IX will come. Like that, we can install the up to 19 tenants. We can install it on the one host. 19 tenants we can install it. This word is very important. This count is very important. 19 tenant databases we can install on the one operating system, except default one, except G+1. So up to 19 we can create it. So means total 20 tenant databases, including tenant default one plus one system DB, we can add it on the one host. each tenants like that here. What will be there in the tenant means tenant, we have the index server. Actual data resides into the tenant database only. Why? Because index server is available in the tenant database. So then wherever the index server is there, all the data will resides into the index server only. All the data resides index server only here. That is the main important thing here. So almost the server process started, installation is done. Now it's importing, the delivery units are getting imported. Delivery units are getting means default data getting imported into the systems here. That is the main thing here. Okay, so the default data is getting imported now. Importing the delivery units, which means SAP default data will come as part of this delivery units.
And in tenant DB also you will get all the core processes.
No, only two tenant. Tenant we have only two process, but system DB we have the 5 process.
Okay.
So once this installation is completed, then we have the HANA Studio that will be available. Maybe if you go to the search bar, maybe you can see the HANA folder. Then there is a HANA Studio. Right click and so pin to taskbar. Then it will come to the taskbar. Just to open the HANA Studio here. Using the HANA Studio, we need to do the administration of the HANA databases using the Studio. So which means HANA administration we have to perform from the Studio. So how the SAP administration we will do it from the SAP login pad, SAP GUI. Similarly, here SAP HANA, then we need to use the SAP HANA Studio. We have to use it here, right? So that is the one here. So then once the installation is done in the Linux level, see HANA installation is done. So HANA installation is successfully completed. The logs written into the /var temp file systems. HANA database is successfully installed here, which means DB is successfully installed. Then if you switch the user to the SID ADM, HDB ADM, then HDB space info, you see the HANA, all the process are started status, it's running status here, right? So index server, access engine, web dispatcher, pre-processor, compile server, name server, and everything, all the process are started status here, which means HANA installation is done. Right? So means all the process are showing in the HDB info command with SID ADM, then HANA is up and running here, right? So if you see the free -G here, there is the some memory utilization. There the 17 GB database got utilized here, 17 GB. So which means out of 30, 17 GB got utilized here, which means so HANA database is successfully installed here. So then, so which means so something got memory occupied here. The memory got occupied with the this databases and everything here, right? So that's why 17 GB got occupied here. So now open the HANA Studio, then perform the administration activities here. This is the very important thing here, right? HANA admin activities using the HANA Studio here. So OS level only for operating system level. What we do installation, right? Installation purpose only we do the all the like HANA installations, HANA upgrades. So some kind of file system level checking and everything only require the OS level access that we do in the OS level. So once the installation is done, then you need to do the administration of the HANA databases. How? Using the HANA Studio. HANA Studio, you will open it here like this. You will open the HANA Studio here. So here you will open the, you will get this screen. Normally by default, you will not get this one. You need to add it. All that systems, you need to add it here. So let me try to reset my thing. Preferences. Okay, so by default, you will not get these options here. You need to manually add the all the databases. You have to manually add it here. You need to manually add the all the databases and everything here. So let me remove it here so that you can understand how I am adding the databases to the here. right? So I have removed something. You will get the plus symbol here. This is also very important. Few people don't know how to add the systems into the HANA database as well here, right? So in this case, you need to go to the HANA Studio. There is a add system button plus symbol. If you click it out, you will get the one pop-up here. You need to enter the host name of the HANA database, right? So then instance number 00 you have given. So now it's a multi, not the single container. Why? Because it's not the 1.0, it's a 2.0. Then by default, one system DB, then tenant DB, then system DB. Then what is the user? System user. Why? Because this is a DB level admin activities. So SAD ADM is for SAP OS level admin activities. Then give the password here. Then you can connect it to the HANA Studio here. Then HANA database is you connected here. When you double click on or open the administration page, then you will open the HANA console. On the HANA Studio will be opened. HANA administration will be opened here. So now you added the system database, right? Same time you need to add the tenant DB also here. Manually, first time you need to add it here. 00, what is the number? What is the SID, right? Then system, then password, whatever the password you have given during the installation time, so that password you can use it. Then you added the system DB as well as the one tenant database you added. Sir, why you only added the one tenant only? As you said, like we can create, except one, we can create the 19 tenant database, right? Yeah, if you create it, we can add the 19 tenants. You have not created, just only by default installation, which means 1G plus 1 means ground floor, first floor means one system DB, one tenant DB only you got it here. That what you have done it here. One system DB, one tenant DB, you have installed it. So then that one you have added the HANA Studio level you have added here. That is done here. HANA Studio level you have added here. So here HANA Studio level, as soon as you added here, you see here, this is a studio administration. Right click and open the administration means they will open the this administration page will be opened here, right? So the first tab is like a overview tab. In the overview tab, this will be displayed the all the services are started or not. Services means we have the process, 7 core process started or not, what type of system is this, when was the last restart or happened, what is the version of the HANA database. Overview section, just it's a overview, entire database overview, database versions, whether all the services are started or not, what is the SUSE Linux version, what is the kernel version, what is the who is the hardware manufacturer, and what is the HANA memory usage, what is the CPU usage here, what is the disk usage, file system level disk usage, all the information. See here, CPU usage is red, means CPUs are using very more here. Then so sometimes it will go green, sometimes it will go red. So because CPU, so the live utilization will be displayed here. It's a live utilization. The screens will be displayed here. Live utilization, the screen will be displayed here, right? If you go to the landscape tab here, in the landscape tab, you see the all the list of process here. So like we have the web dispatcher, preprocessor, name server, daemon, and compile server. So where is index server, where is access engine means that will be in the tenant database. Now you are only checking the system DB. So this 5 process are here. Then in the system DB, the master is the name server. Maybe if you go to the tenant here, the tenant, the master is the index server. Index server is the master here. Here we can see the CPU utilizations, memory utilizations, used memory, all the information we can see it here, right? So here we can see the tenant database also, we can see it here. What is the memory utilization, CPU utilization, disk utilizations, and also if you go to the landscape tab here, then here also the 5 process plus additional 2 process will be showed, means index server, access engine. One index server, access engine will be extra, which means these are the process which is displaying in the display screen. It is displaying from the system DB. It's not like that. System database also we have the compile server. Here also you have the compile server, which means 2 compile servers. No, only 1 compile server. Sir, and then how can you prove that it's only 1? Means you can see the port number, then the process ID, OS level process ID 918, and 3 instance number. You can also 3 instance number, then 918. It's the same, just only display level. It is showing the system DB process also it is showing, but it's not like that. These are the second compile server it is running on. So daemon also from the system DB, compile server, name server, preprocessor, web dispatcher, access engine. So this all 5 are the system DB. The index server, access engine will be in the tenant database here. So here we don't have any access engine and index server. Why? Because system DB we have only 5. but tenantDB we have the remaining two will be available here. Those are coming in the display screen like a system, but actually those processes are running from the system DB only here. Here we can see the memory CPU utilization graphs, memory utilization graph, how much memory is utilized and each and everything you can see it here. So in the tenant, index server is the master role and system DB, the name server is the master role here. Name server is the master role here. We can see the all the information and everything in this screen here, right? So this is the way we need to add the system. Once you added, if you close the HANA Studio, if you open it here, your systems will say will stay same. It will save it here, and just you need to log in. Login means whenever you double click on the system, it will ask you to just to sign in. Again, you need to use the system user. Why? Because we don't have other users during the installation time. Only system user got created. So that is the reason. So first time when you are logging, then when you are logging here, then it will ask the user password. Then you need to enter the password here. Then you will be connected to the system database. Then you can open it and you can do the work here. Right, that's what we can do it here, right? This is the system database, and tenant also will be like system DB, always like system DB at the rate of SID, tenant DB at the rate of tenant. So that is the tenant DB naming convention will be created in the in the HANA Studio administration console. N number of databases we can add to the one HANA Studio, we can add it here. That's not a problem here. So but main thing is the HANA Studio, how to add the systems into the HANA Studio, then and also then HANA installation which you have done it here. HANA installation which we have done using the HDB LCM tools. Then so after the HDB LCM tools, you are given the HDB LCM inside of the folder. Then ignore command. So then you have done the HANA installations, inputs giving and user IDs and passwords, everything is done. Then HANA got installed it here. After that, you need to open the HANA Studio, add the systems into the HANA Studio and do the administration part. That's what we have to do it. Okay. HANA installation. So remaining studio topics I will tell you, but first of all, before that, you need to do some practice, right? That's why. So I'm pausing here. So please practice the Linux commands. Suppose tomorrow someone will ask you during the interview point of time how to check the OS version means. If you tell the same reason as today, or if you don't tell anything, then definitely they will reject you. So you should know about the OS version, right? When you are working in the HANA databases, OS level, what is the command? etc. So cat slash etc -release. Then what is the directory creation? Make directory, touch command, cp command, rm command. So move commands we discussed. So please practice it. So if you don't practice it, you will miss these initial things. That's what I'm requesting everyone. Please practice it. The Linux commands. And today we discussed about the HANA Studio, HANA installation also we discussed here. So we need to work on the HANA installation also today. Okay. Questions? Any questions, anyone?
Sir, please share this one comments list if you have. I
Okay.
mean,
Yeah. Go, I will share